We have an update this afternoon in the case of a former Washington Commanders assistant coach's son. Elijah Benemy is accused of shooting his mother in their Loudoun County home over the weekend. Lawyers for Elijah appeared in court today, filing a motion for a competency evaluation in the case. Now, the judge granting that request, court documents filed by his defense says that he suffers from significant mental illness or mental health issues rather, and it does not appear that he's able to assist in his own defense. So he's charged with malicious wounding and other charges as well. Mia Bienemy is recovering from those injuries, and he's due back in court. That is going to be on September 9th. So, of course, we're going to continue to follow this story, and we'll have an update on our shows later at 4 p.m. today.
Another update, Shanika, the 6-year-old boy who nearly drowned during a soccer summer camp at the University of District of Columbia, or UDC, continues to make improvement. His attorney says that Adonis Jackson is no longer intubated or sedated. They say that the boy nodded Tuesday, and then when asked a question, a sign that he could hear and understand those around him. Certainly, doctors feel a positive sign after they say Adonis was underwater for at least 2 minutes.
It is uncertain yet what the cognitive ability will be at this time and where he will be as it pertains to his ability for his motor skills.
Yeah, no lawsuit has been filed, but the family is requesting surveillance video and also police video as they, along with UDC officials, work to determine exactly what occurred at the pool. UDC has put the school athletic director, aquatics manager, and also lifeguards on duty at the time of the incident on administrative leave as the investigation continues.
And Mark, there's a budget battle right here in the district, and how it ended up, it plays out as it's still a big unknown at this time. So the mayor is now not signing the budget that council unanimously backed because it reverses some of the cuts that she initially proposed.
And our Max Marcella Shanika joined the Sunrise and the Hill team earlier this morning to discuss the reasons and what this means moving forward.
Why did the mayor not sign the budget?
Well, because she says that the reversal of this cuts with one-time money to fund recurring programs will put the city in a really tough financial situation. And she's issuing that warning for the next mayor and the next council, which will have to deal with it. We first want you to hear from the mayor because she talked about the reason why she did not sign this budget for the first time yesterday. And she said one of the big things she wanted to warn about was that fiscal cliff.
I think that it sets up a big cliff for next year that could have and should have been avoided, in my opinion.
Mayor Bowser says a big part of it is the federal job cuts and the changes to the federal workforce. That is a big reason why revenue in D.C. has slowed down. And then on the other hand, healthcare costs, overtime costs, how much it costs to administer the SNAP program. These are all things that are costing a little bit more. So she says it's that double whammy that is really creating some of these problems.
What are the programs that the mayor was looking at scaling back that the DC Council says, no, these are too important, we got to keep this going?
Yes, there were a few of them. I think one of the big ones were pay increases. Firefighters and childcare educators were at the top of that list. But those weren't the only things. There were also some housing proposals that were in there. Now, ultimately, we talked that these cuts were reversed. City Council did it through two main avenues. The first avenue was the city decoupled its tax policy from what the federal tax policy is, specifically some of the cuts in the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. The other thing was taking money out of its reserves, and the budget still goes forward to Congress for the usual mandatory congressional review period. The big difference is it kind of puts the budget back in a spotlight, and there are some concerns, including from the likely future next mayor of D.C., Janice Lewis George, that this new attention on the budget and Mayor Bowser's decision to not sign it could kind of entice Congress to get involved. I told you what Louis George said. We'll show you. This is a comment she made to the Washington Post. She says, "We are facing unprecedented attacks on home rule by the federal government. Refusing to sign the budget bill is not reflective of the unified leadership we need from our executive at this moment." But Mayor Bowser made very clear in her comments yesterday, she didn't sign the budget bill because she had these strong warnings, but she also didn't want Congress to get involved. I want you to hear what she said about that.
Always the Congress's prerogative to weigh in on DC's laws. And until we become a state, that type of interference is possible. My letter in no way says Congress changed what the council did. In fact, it said the opposite. It said it's the council's prerogative to create the budget they want.
All right, that was our Max Marcilla reporting. Our thanks to him. All right, Mark, preparations, they're underway downtown, and this is for the Freedom 250 Grand Prix, which will race around the National Mall. That's going to be on August 22nd and 23rd. Now, the course is 1.7 miles long and includes parts of Pennsylvania Avenue, 7th Street, and 3rd Street. Along the route, crews are working to smooth out those potholes and those manhole covers, and that'll keep them from being blown off by the cars. So during the event, a security perimeter will be maintained by local and federal agents. Fans can expect TSA screening and a clear bag policy and strict restricted items list like drones. They're not at all acceptable there. And learning from the 4th of July, there will be 10 designated safe havens where people can go to just in case of an emergency or severe weather. And as far as tickets, you do need to get one, but if you don't, you can always watch it at home. And there have been 260,000 tickets issued.
We put up 1 meter high, 10,000 pound walls around our racetrack. Our cars are about 1 meter high. So unless you're on an elevated surface or close to the race circuit, you're not seeing those cars.
And much of the road work will occur mainly overnight between 8 p.m. and 6 a.m. with work ramping up this weekend. So definitely expect those delays if you are traveling anywhere in the district. Again, that's going to be along Pennsylvania Avenue, 3rd Street, 7th Street, and it's going to be pretty much as they prepare for the race track or raceway that is expected, and that's going to be next month.
Well, you know what this means, Shanika. The Grand Prix will mean plenty of road restrictions, no surprise, and the bus lines near the National Mall will have detours that will start on Saturday but run until mid-September. We put the street closures and parking restrictions on our website. Just go to dcnewsnow.com and just search Grand Prix. That's going to be an amazing event. President Trump unveiled plans to redesign Dulles International Airport after calling it one of the worst airports in the world. The iconic swooping entrance to Dulles, designed by Eero Saarinen, will stay, but there will be some additions to it to modernize the ticketing area. The president says that they reviewed more than 30 proposals before landing on a final decision. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says that they're planning a multi-story parking garage in front of the terminal with 32,000 spaces and a walkway to the front. The president believes that they can start construction very soon. He also says that it should not cause much disruption to passengers. And day 2 of the Commanders training camp is underway. Head coach Dan Quinn spoke earlier, and he says that he's encouraged by the energy, the focus, and progress that his team is showing so far.
I liked the attitude of where we're at the first day. On the first day of camp is sometimes waiting to see, but they did not. And so I was pleased to see that on day 1 and go through the corrections. We do some more walkthroughs and such last night, and so we'll go after it again today. What I wanted to see was, just not waiting and easing into it. And so the reason we do sometimes competition so quickly is just to jumpstart it and get it to go.
I am so ready for football season. DC News Now's Alex Flum We'll have much more coming up on Commanders Camp at 4 o'clock. Shanika, I know, I think this is a football town, even though hockey and baseball have won championships recently, but
Yeah.
there's nothing quite like football season. It's just different.
Yeah, it is different. The energy is different. Everyone is happy, everyone is like coming together trying to root for, of course, the Commanders, especially here in DC. So let's hope that we have a good season. Fingers crossed.
And the key about that is,